This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. Breaking news into our newsroom as DHS says Wisconsin is expected to receive 47,000 Johnson & Johnson doses in the next week.
The first doses of Johnson & Johnson's coronavirus vaccine were shipped out today. Only around 4 million doses are in the initial shipment. The company expects to ship an additional 16 million shots by the end of the month and 100 million by summer. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine is the first one approved in the U.S. that requires only a single dose, and it doesn't need to be stored in extreme cold temperatures, making it easier to distribute.
COVID cases in Wisconsin are continuing to drop as more Wisconsinites receive the vaccine.
Health officials say 308 new cases of the virus were reported today, and over 8,000 Wisconsinites received a vaccine in the last 24 hours.
As of today, 492,074 people have received both doses, which is about 8.5% of the state's population. And in Dane County, nearly 63,000 or 11.5% of residents have received both of their shots. Nearly 77 million doses of the vaccine have now been administered in the entire United States. That's according to the CDC. Monday's numbers about 1.7 million doses higher than the day before, making for a 7-day average of more than 1.8 million doses per day. More than 15% of the population has now received at least one dose of the vaccine. Nearly 8% have been fully vaccinated with both shots.
If tracking COVID has taught us anything, it is that numbers can be deceiving.
And many viewers have asked us why UW Health is postponing vaccinations while SSM Health seems to have plenty for its patients. Amanda Quintana breaks down what the differences are when comparing the two health systems. Amanda?
Yes, SSM Health is starting that newly eligible group. They're scheduled to vaccinate about 2,000 teachers this week while also still prioritizing that 65 and older group. UW Health is choosing to just prioritize that 65 and older group. Now, a lot of people want to compare the two, but when you do, it's really important to pay attention to the locations of their clinics and how many clinics they have.
I think there's this perception that things may be slow on the UW Health side. I would push back on that and say I don't really think that that's true.
When you look at the numbers, it's easy to think that, though. UW Health showing over 40,000 vaccinated, and SSM Health reported more than 90,000. But it's important to remember the amount of clinics each provider has. UW Health has 4. All in Dane County. SSM Health is vaccinating at 18 clinics across the state, from Janesville up to Fond du Lac.
I think it's been clear that the more counties that you are allocating to, the more doses that you're eligible for. Dane County has a large number of vaccinators, and so what DHS has shared with us is they aren't necessarily, again, giving proportionately. So the more vaccinators that you have, that dilutes out the amount of vaccine that can be given.
Each of the health systems are still struggling with not getting enough supply. Each SSM Health clinic requests about 2,000 doses from DHS and gets about 500. UW Health has the capacity to do 7,000 a week, but only gets about 2,000.
But it goes down to planning, how we plan our clinics, how we plan our schedules, how we alternate between our clinic sites. We have 18 locations in Wisconsin that give the COVID vaccine, but not all 18 are running every day of the week.
UW Health initially scheduled all the patients that they could do with enough supply, now recalibrating after not getting that supply, hoping they won't have to reschedule any more patients. But unlike SSM Health, they're not moving on to those newly eligible, still focused on their thousands of 65 and older patients who haven't been vaccinated.
Those people have been waiting for a longer period of time and are typically the most vulnerable for hospitalization and complications.
UW Health is partnering with Public Health Madison and Dane County to get teachers vaccinated through the Alliant Energy Center, but that won't happen for at least 2 more weeks. SSM Health has secured vaccine for both Waunakee and Sun Prairie school districts. Those will happen tomorrow and on Friday.
More than half of the people 65 and up in Wisconsin are vaccinated, but doctors say they still need to wear their masks. We asked UW Health Dr. Jeff Pothoff why. He says this is for 2 reasons. First, vaccinated people can still get the virus. The vaccine helps ensure it won't land them in the hospital, but because they can get it, they can also give it to people who aren't yet vaccinated. So wearing a mask helps protect them. The second reason is to prevent the virus from mutating.
People who have been vaccinated decide that they're just going to return to normal. We give the vaccine more chances, more people that could be infected, that could create variants that then defeat the immunity that they have from their vaccine. And then we're back to square one.
Dr. Pothoff says this is time limited. Once 75 to 80% of the population is vaccinated, Wisconsinites will no longer have to do this. And now for the good news, Dr. Pothoff says the combination of this third vaccine now, in addition to extra shipments of Moderna and Pfizer, has sped up the process here in our state.
In less than an hour, members of the Madison community, along with county and city officials, will remember those who lost their lives to COVID-19.
There will be a ceremony in which all of the first responders, we will have ambulances, police and fire who are there at the event, will turn on their lights in silence for 27 minutes. And this will represent 1 minute for every 10 people who have lost their lives to COVID-19 in Dane County.
Dane County will participate in Light the Night, the Light the Night tribute for the 273 county victims who have died of COVID-19. That will happen at 6 o'clock tonight at the Alliant Energy Center. We will have live coverage of the tribute in our 6 p.m. newscast on Channel 3000 and on our Facebook page. Let's get a check on the weather now. A sunny start to your week for the first day of March. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, the nice thing about having the sunshine is even though it was rather cold today, it still felt a little bit better. Now, tonight, those temperatures will drop off because of the clear skies, but then we'll start warming up tomorrow. You can see a visible cloud track, a lot of snow on the ground still. Not a lot, I mean, at least compared to previous weeks, but still a fair amount of snow on the ground here, and that's keeping temperatures down a bit. But very little in the way of clouds and very little in the way of precipitation other than some snow showers downwind from Lake Superior and the northern portion of Lake Michigan. As we check out the low temperatures this morning here in Madison, we dropped to 21 degrees. We had a batch of clouds that came through late at night, and that kept temperatures up. But high temperatures have only made it into the upper 20s. Right now, we're still at 27 in Madison. Janesville's at 30 degrees, and these temperatures will drop off to the upper single digits above zero by early tomorrow morning. But the winds will be light, so there won't be any problem with the wind chill. And take a look at what happens to temperatures by tomorrow afternoon. We're back up to 42 with breezy southerly winds and expect temperatures to stay in the 40s for the rest of this week and through the weekend. I'll have more details and weather in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Gary. Madison police have released another photo of the suspect who stole a pregnant woman's SUV outside of a Quick Trip yesterday. Officials say the theft happened at the Quick Trip on Mineral Point Road just after noon yesterday. Police say the woman was using an air pump to fill her tires when this man got into her SUV while it was still running. The woman tried removing the man from the passenger side door, but police say he backed up the vehicle and ran over her right leg. Officials say the stolen vehicle is a silver 2013 Ford Escape with Wisconsin license plates. Anyone who has any information should call Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
Any leftover tents, sleeping bags, and personal items that were left at the homeless encampment at McPike Park are being removed by City of Madison crews.
The city notified people living there a couple of weeks ago that they needed to be moved out by today. Our Jamie Perez joins us live now to explain why they want them out and what their plans are. Jamie?
Right, well, earlier today, we watched as crews put up these fences so that they could begin their process of removing any of the abandoned items that were left over. So access right now is closed to the public. Now, earlier today, we talked to the City of Madison's Community Development Director, and he said this area is not an approved homeless encampment area, but the city had been letting people stay here anyway. So about 2 weeks ago, they put up a notice to the folks who were living here saying that they were going to clear it out to get it ready for public access this spring. Now, he told me most of the folks here were already moved out as of yesterday and have found alternate places to stay.
The important thing for us is to be respectful of people's possessions, and if anybody has expressed an interest in retaining items, we'll be packing those up and storing them.
The city will store any of the leftover personal belongings that were left here in storage for up to 45 days. Now, while we were here earlier, we did get a chance to speak to one of the folks who had been living here. So coming up tonight at 6, we're going to hear about his thoughts about being forced to move out of his home.
Well, we look forward to that, Jamie. Thanks. The West Allis man arrested in connection with a 2019 homicide has not yet been charged. 43-year-old Jason Kajewski has not been yet charged in Columbia County Court after being arrested last week. Officials say he's arrested in connection with the death of 35-year-old Keith Wolf, who was shot in his home in September 2019. Columbia County officials tell News 3 Now the charges are expected to be filed for Kajewski on Wednesday.
Police documents show no signs of an alleged hate crime in Madison. We first told you about this in early January. Yisrael Ami says he was at the Portillo's on the east side with his daughter when Trump supporters pulled into the parking lot and began yelling racial slurs at them. Madison police reviewed surveillance footage from the restaurant. A detective couldn't find anything that appeared to show what Ami described. News 3 Now reached out for comment after the case was closed, but so far we have not been able to reach him. A select group of lawmakers in Wisconsin wants to find ways to attract and keep people of color as teachers in Wisconsin. That was the focus of the Speaker's Task Force on Racial Disparities hearing this afternoon. The subcommittee tossed around the idea of using grants and loan forgiveness as incentives. Another idea is to increase high-quality daycare for schools so that parents can go to work without issues.
I believe in our discussions with anything. I think we have to take a look at what's out there and find out if it's working, and if it's not, finding out why it's not working.
The task force is also trying to make sure minority-owned businesses get fair access to grants and funding.
Governor Tony Evers has control over where some federal school funding goes, but a group of Wisconsin Republicans are asking him to send more of it to schools that have children back in the classroom. Today, a group of Republican representatives said many districts and private schools decided early on that the benefits of in-person learning outweigh the risks of the pandemic, but it is not cheap. Representative Jeremy Thiesfeld lists some of the costly changes that superintendents are telling him about.
Additional costs for hand sanitizer and other sanitation equipment, increased cleaning of buildings, installation of higher quality ventilation systems, smaller class sizes, therefore needing more instructors, and as Representative Duco said, sometimes more buildings.
Representatives say the state should not reward the schools who have remained virtual.
More money to help ramp up vaccine distribution is just one part of President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate will vote on the bill this week.
I expect a hearty debate and some late nights, but the American people sent us here with a job to do to help the country through this moment of extraordinary challenge.
Democrats have chosen to go a completely partisan route. Even famous liberal economists and liberal editorial boards are saying their half-baked plan is poorly targeted to what families need.
Democrats say they hope to bring the COVID relief plan to the floor for a vote on Wednesday or Thursday so President Biden can sign it into law by March 14th when expanded unemployment benefits expire.
There's more to come on News 3 Now at 5 up next. Why your daily commute home may be a little slower these next few months. And coming up tonight at 6, how one pizza restaurant in Sun Prairie is helping another after their building was damaged this weekend. That's tonight, News 3 Now at 6. Strong day for the markets as the Dow surges more than 603 points. Its strongest day in 9 months, along with the S&P as well, up 91. The Nasdaq also strong, gaining 396 points. And we'll be right back.
Tonight on CBS, the night starts with The Neighborhood, followed by Bob Hart's Abishola. Then it's time for drama with All Rise and Bull. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here at at TSR, we turn old cracked garage floors like this into beautiful tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications and are ridiculously easy to clean. Our floors are also covered by our exclusive warranty, giving you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-905-1069. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-905-1069.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hi folks, Tuesday morning we're back in the 608 with an inside look at one of the area's newest fitness studios, why they chose to open up and how they're finding success during the pandemic. We'll see you starting at 4:30 on News 3 Now this morning.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Download the Channel 3000 First Warn app and be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Construction on a new lane of traffic on the Beltline for peak travel times begins tonight. There will be nightly lane closures from Stoughton Road to Todd Drive, starting at 6:30 p.m. and going till 5 in the morning. The flex lane will allow drivers to use the inside median shoulders as another travel lane where there's a large amount of vehicles on the Beltline at once. Officials say they need this change as the Beltline sees more than 120,000 vehicles daily.
As we look toward long-term solutions for the Beltline and certainly surrounding highways throughout Dane County, but making sure that we take that time to address it now. It's a cost-effective, sustainable solution to address that congestion on the Beltline, and looking for other ways here in the coming years for additional improvements.
Officials are urging drivers to slow down and be alert because there will be lane changes throughout the year on the Beltline. That project's expected to wrap up in December.
A multi-million-dollar housing project is underway in downtown Madison. The $25 million mixed-use building will feature a 96-unit residential community on West Washington Avenue and Bassett Streets. Today, officials held a groundbreaking for the new mixed-use building. Developers say the project was 25 years in the making.
Nothing happens overnight in the city of Madison. This one might have taken a little longer. But one of the things that we had to wait and work through was the Mifflandia planning process that the city undertook for basically about a 6-7 block radius that you see around us. And so once that was completed, it kind of opened the door for us to do the development.
Construction will continue for the rest of the year with hopes that the building will open in the spring of 2022.
You ever look at the numbers on your gas pump, wonder if maybe you're actually getting a full gallon? Well, even if you don't, The state does. The department in charge of that released its annual report today. And every year, the Weights and Measures Division conducts tests on things like registers and product scales in grocery stores and on fuel quality and pumps. Today's results show that, by and large, you can trust those devices.
We're assessing whether the scales and the meters and the packages and the prices are all accurate for commerce.
This means that fuel quality and pumps work as they should. Grocery store operations are accurate. They release these numbers during the Weight and Measures National Holiday Week to recognize the hard work the investigators do all year. This year, they conducted over 250,000 investigations in the state to make sure consumers and businesses were measuring accurately.
Let's get a look at your first warn weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has the forecast. Gary?
Well, definitely March is coming in like a lamb this year. Lots of sunshine, even though temperatures are a little bit colder than normal for one day. Still, we're turning the corner. February ended up 10.7 degrees below average. That was our 12th coldest February on record. We only had the first and the fourth of the beginning part of the month with above normal temperatures, and then the last week of the month, every day was above normal. But notice the difference. These temperatures, for the most part, were in the single digits above normal compared to the 20 to 30 below normal temperatures that we saw for basically the middle 2 weeks of the month of February. So we're starting to turn the corner, and the Climate Prediction Center outlook for the month of March calling for above normal temperatures from much of the eastern two-thirds of the country that was so bitterly cold for the first part of February. And notice the highest percentage probabilities are right over Madison and much of the upper Midwest. Precipitation expected to be above normal. That bears some watching because as we continue to melt the snow, adding additional rainfall to that could lead to some flooding problems. Much of the western part of the country under a drought, unfortunately, looking for below normal precipitation. The Climate Prediction Center outlook for March, April, and May for meteorological spring, calling for above normal temperatures from Madison southward. Highest probabilities in the southwestern part of the country. Again, the areas that need the rain, probably not going to get it. Below normal precipitation expected there. Areas that might risk having a flooding problem if we get too much rain, unfortunately, in the above normal precipitation category. Live view from the WISC Skycam showing clear skies looking out to the east of us. On Doppler track, things are very quiet right now. Three things you need to know. Temperatures will drop into the upper single digits tonight, so it will be a cold night, but with light winds, we're not looking at any wind chills. Plenty of sunshine for tomorrow, and pretty much much of the rest of the week, and dry weather all the way through the weekend. As we look at weather track, we're definitely seeing a springtime pattern developing over the northern Pacific Ocean. Notice all the clouds way to the north, up toward the Aleutian Islands of Alaska, and then moving into western Canada. That's a sign that milder air is building out across the Pacific Ocean and eventually will move eastward across the country. And even the polar jet stream has shifted to the north. The subtropical jet stream continues to go through the southern part of the United States. That's pretty typical for this time of year. And notice we're kind of in between with high pressure, keeping our weather relatively quiet. So for tomorrow, after that overnight low temperature of 8 degrees, we jump right back up to 42 thanks to southwesterly winds that'll kick in at 10 to 20 miles per hour in the afternoon. Wednesday, 44 for a high, and then lower 40s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Mid 40s on Sunday. Might be a chance of a flurry or a little freezing drizzle Sunday night as a warm front comes through. And then we're in the low 50s for Monday and Tuesday. Near 50 on Wednesday. You might even see a spring-like thunderstorm in there as the storm system comes through, and a chance of showers for Thursday of next week. As we check first warn traffic, pretty quiet day out there. Not seeing any problems on the Beltline right now, on I-39, 90, 94. As far as travel times are concerned, we've got our usual 15-minute commute either way on the Beltline. Heading out of Madison, it's 25 minutes from the Beltline to Janesville on I-39, 90. 16 minutes to Sauk City from Middleton on US 12. And downtown to Sun Prairie will take you 18 minutes on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. And ahead on News 3 Now at 5, one of the NFL's top free agents has picked a place to call home. We'll tell you where JJ will be playing next season. It's ahead at 5.
3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sunroom savings season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids recipe for health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider. They do? Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-531-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals. Wow, really? Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-531-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-531-4499.
My lips get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keefe's Lip Repair. It's all-day moisture in one use and is guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
Also available in O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands.
Want your brain better? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva has clinically proven ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: memory, focus, accuracy, learning, and concentration. Try our new gummies for 30 days and see the difference.
Let's say your car needs a new part, like an alternator. You could get just the one part at the typical auto parts store. Or for the same money at rockauto.com, get the alternator plus the belt and tensioner kit you'll need to do the repair right and have money left over to buy lunch. Since 1999, rockauto.com has provided reliably low prices, easy-to-use website, huge selection of parts, and fast shipping.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto. Sunroom saving season is here. Four Seasons has great solutions to beat the backyard blues and save 20 to 30%. Let Coolview show you how to tame your backyard and improve your lifestyle. Call for a free backyard survey, design, and quote.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, it's official. J.J. Watt has found a new home, and it is not in his home state. The former Badger posted on his Twitter page today he will be taking his talents to Arizona this upcoming NFL season. Reportedly a 2-year deal worth $31 million, and that includes $23 million of guaranteed money. The 31-year-old spent his 10 years in the league with the Houston Texans. He's a 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year award winner.
Another week, another award for Milwaukee Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week today. Antetokounmpo averaged 37 points and over 10 rebounds in the 3 games he played last week. Giannis has recorded a double-double in 24 games this season. It's the 2nd time this season that he's been named Player of the Week, the 15th time in his career.
And stay with us. We'll be back with a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Elevate your curb appeal and protect your home with Atlas Roofing from Menards. The roof is easily one of the most overlooked features of any home, even though it is one of the most important. Built with beauty and durability in mind, Castleberg shingles will add great value to your home while protecting it for years to come. All Castleberg shingles now $19.99 after 11% rebate. Save 11% on everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Here at TSR, we turn old, cracked garage floors like this into beautiful, tough floors like this in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and we design high-quality, beautiful floors that can stand up to the toughest of applications and are ridiculously easy to clean. Our floors are also covered by our exclusive warranty, giving you the peace of mind knowing that your stunning new floor is protected for life. Visit the website or call the number below for your new floor today.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
You may not know them. The coffee shop owner who knows your order. The couple who saves your seats. The family down the street who greets you with a smile. They've been there for you. Now you can be there for them. Donate today and help our friends and neighbors keep their power on.
It's the retirement you deserve with Physicians Mutual, where we help you understand Medicare so you're not in a fog. Flour? Oh, it's that cooking class you always wanted to take.
I love pizza.
And since you'll have the coverage you need, you can enjoy treasured moments with the grandkids like this.
Cool car. Can I ride?
Yeah, in about 50 years.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Sleep Life got you down? For a price that won't keep you up at night, Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 36-hour sale, check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the wallet for only $189.99. Shop our Doctor's Choice Original lineup starting at only $569.99. Or get a free $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus 5 years no interest financing and free shipping right to your door. Say goodbye to sleepless nights and shop Denver Mattress today. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
Let's go back to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Boy, it looks nice out there. A little on the cold side, but hey, when the sun is shining, you really don't mind as much. Temperatures right now, upper 20s for the most part. A couple places right around 30. Mineral Point and Janesville right at the 30-degree mark. Over the next 12 hours, those temperatures dropping to the upper single digits above zero by early tomorrow morning. But after that, look for the winds pick up out of the south. We're back up to 42 with plenty of sunshine for a high tomorrow. And then in the 40s for the rest of this week through the weekend and some 50s early next week with very little in the way of precipitation until the middle of next week.
Looking pretty good. Gary, thank you. And we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.